Hey everyone, Kane here, and in this video we're gonna talk about Lucky Wheel. Now, as you can see, the Lucky Wheel is changed. You have less rewards to acquire, and also, I suppose, a couple of better rewards to acquire as well. So first things first, the layout, the interface, etc. Like it become an actual Lucky Wheel or a wheel itself. Like before, it was a square with other squares in terms of rewards. Now this looks like a roulette, something like that. I'm not entirely sure if it's called that, but it's rather a lucky wheel with a jackpot prize in the middle, which is a skin. But as I have acquired the skin, it became a mage equipment or something like that. Not yeah, mage equipment. So yeah, so it looks pretty good and especially pretty awesome with the skin in the middle. So that's one thing. Another thing is they had removed the prism materials from this particular lucky wheel, and that kind of removes some value of the wheel itself. The reason is, in terms of all of the rewards on the lucky wheel, we're gonna require literally all of them, like majority of the player base, except the Thurgic shards. The reason for that is if you've played the game for more than like half a year or like 6 months for whenever the feature was released, even if you haven't spent money, like you literally should have maxed most of them to like 5 stars or 4 stars, the other ones, and then you added additional 10 levels to reach the max level. Now, if you reach max level on most of them, all of these Theurgic shards literally means nothing to you because I doubt they're gonna add more relic sets in the very near future or very close future or stuff like that. Like, I really doubt that is gonna happen. Which means for many people who had spent some money, majority of the stuff is already maxed or very close to max, and like pulling Theurgic shards on Lucky Wheel literally is like a face bomb for them. So honestly, I would kind of suggest or kind of wish that they would swap those Theurgic shards with Prism crystals. Now then people would actually acquire good stuff from the wheel, and pretty much most people will always play at least like 60 to 80 pulls, like literally majority of the player base. The reason for that is even if you had something like lower chance to get like the rare one, right, the one which gives like 500 experience like this one, even on the basic ones, most people would be getting the potential potion, anima, tech rush, +1 rune, draconic dust. All of these five are always required, and then you have a luck percent chance, get +3, +4, and let's say if prisms were in this pod, the prisms as well, right? Most people would require everything from the wheel, and then the wheel would have like a high value because you don't have wasted resources anywhere. Like even +1 runes, everyone is gonna use them. Even friggin' high whales to some extent can use them, even though their temples will require a lot of them to upgrade. So the other thing is the new addition in terms of crystal ball. Now this one adds incredible value to the wheel as well. The reason for that is it kind of benefits either very lucky people or very high spenders. And by high spenders, I mean if you had noticed the draw 700 and 1,000 times, basically if somebody draws 1,000 times, they get 1 plus 7, 2 plus 6 rune stones, right? You can get +6 from here, +6 from here, and then you will highly likely max out the crystal ball, which means 2 plus 7 and 3 plus 6 runestones. Now, do keep in mind you get 2 flawless Drake equipments, and you also get a divine prism box, which means a true stone, and I do believe this one is random. So you literally get most of the stuff that your account may require in just one particular event, depending how much money you're spending. So that is pretty good. And even you are able to get, one moment, where is it? You're able to get a greater dragon ability. So you don't have to wait like friggin' 3 months for it. But it costs a friggin' ton. Like to get, I suppose, this amount of pulls, in 7 days you may have to spend like $1,000 ish without, I suppose, spending any other linari you acquire from events and stuff like that. And $1,000 would come from just buying, let's see, up a particular pack, which doesn't have like very good value in terms of this one. So this is 30 pulls, and this is like a bit more than 30 pulls here and stuff like that. So the cost is pretty high, but people who would spend money to actually pull this would actually get good stuff. And good stuff again comes in multiple rewards in what they in what they are able to acquire here and also here. So they certainly increase the incredible value for people who are pulling more and more and more. Now, the other thing is they have changed some of these rewards, and they removed the Theurgic shards from them, which is a good attempt. They added some greater relic boxes to the earlier ones. They have some potential potions. They added anima boxes as well, but only 32 in any of those that would actually matter. So yeah, I've pulled up until 190 and I only see 32 anima boxes. So even though they put them here, they were kind of, greedy to not put any more in terms of like the other guarantee rewards. I don't know why, but kind of sucks, I suppose, from their side. Even though this is pretty good, but I suppose they kind of overvalue the anima boxes quite a bit. Like, I'm not gonna lie, at least at the moment. So yeah, that is another thing. Now, for my own opinion, in terms of the lucky wheel, before it was like at the very bottom, right? Out of the 3 or 4 Linari spending events, it was at the very bottom. Now it actually reaches rank 1 position in terms of Linari spending events. They're probably gonna call me crazy. They're gonna call me like, but I am trying to waste people's Linari and stuff like that. No, but I'm gonna touch on that as well. The thing is, you can literally acquire almost anything in the game right now in terms of Lucky Wheel by either spending Linari, by spending money, and pulling enough of the time. Like, literally, you can acquire almost anything or anything in the game. And that is what kind of makes the Lucky Wheel pretty good and also a huge gamble. So you have to remember that you still have golden game board and finders keepers, which will guarantee you rewards. So for example, this one, I don't think that this is a selectable. I'm not sure, but I think this is not a selectable because it doesn't say you can select one. However, this box in particular for the dragon abilities, you can actually select one. I do think, because it doesn't say anything. Oh yeah, choose one reward. So yeah, you are able to actually select one. So this is pretty good. This is a higher cost than, let's say, I suppose, a Finders Keepers event, right? But in Finders Keepers, the rewards are actually friggin' ass. Like, they're so ass that the Lucky Wheel looks so friggin' good and has a lot more good shit to actually acquire. So if you would be spending money, I suppose you can get a greater ability in like $300 in Finders Keepers ish, somewhere around that part. And to get let's say dragon ability here, again you may require like $1,000, but you have to remember all of the rewards that you acquire on the way as well. They're so friggin' huge and high amount, like even the skin, they literally just kind of make up for a lot of the price as well. If you're lucky on this one, and you're getting so much shit from here that literally this event just skyrocketed from 0 to like 100 very quickly. So for quite a lot of people, this may seem like a trap. It sort of is. Again, this is a pretty huge gamble, and only stuff guaranteed is if you actually max those rewards or max those pulls, and it can become very costly. So you have to remember that even if I rank this particular event at the very top, that doesn't mean that most people should actually spend on it. The reason why I ranked it top is because, again, you can earn a lot of stuff. You are added a chance to get pretty good shit in here, as well as the rewards for 1 second, for 10, 20, 30, 40, and 60 are actually pretty decent. So I would kind of suggest for people to go for 60 if they are able to spare the Lenari and still save enough for another event like a golden game board or Finders Keepers. I kind of would not suggest to go 120 to 190 if you're not spending money and you're not winning events constantly, because that would be kind of a waste of Linari. Now, for spending this amount, I've spent like 36,000 ish Linari, and as you can see, I already have 10,000, and Finders Keeper should come later this month. Now I will be easily able to get 25,000 since I'm gonna skip Golden Game Board since I already have everything I require. So yeah, that is the kind of mindset that you should have. Now, the other thing is Finders Keepers and Golden Game Board. In those two particular events, or the Nari spending events, you're able to get guaranteed selectable rewards. Now, you have to remember that they are guaranteed at a much lower Linari cost, which means you need about 22 and a half to 25,000 Linari to get them. And it's a lot easier to save them and then scale those rewards that you acquire to snowball events, PvP, get more stuff, and stuff like that. So for people who are not able to acquire a lot of Linari or free-to-play people, I would highly not suggest, like really not suggest them to pull Lucky Wheel or that much in Lucky Wheel, like 20, 30, 40, maybe 60. But you have to calculate your ability to save like over 20,000 Linari for a golden game board if you require prisms or true prisms, or 25,000 for Finders Keepers for dragon abilities. Like that is a must have, and you always should think about those two events. So again, even if I would rank this top event at the moment, this doesn't mean that everybody should play this to the maximum. It's only high because of the amount of stuff that you're able to get if you're sort of lucky. Anyways, I suppose that was like my opinion in terms of the Lucky Wheel. If you got confused, feel free to leave comments down below. If you have any comments or even your own opinions in terms of the Lucky Wheel, also do let me know in the comments down below. Anyways, that's pretty much it for the video. Thanks for watching, and if you found this video useful, do hit that subscribe button. It would help me out a lot. Again, thanks for watching, take care, and stay safe out there.